So we'll begin actually with our eyes open today. And the encouragement is to take a look around your space. This is a really simple and powerful practice of arriving here. And as you're looking around, just seeing what you see. We want to allow the eyes to move like a puppy would if it didn't have a leash on and it could just explore whatever it wanted to. We can look up and in the corners, down. In fact, the encouragement too is also to look behind you, even if it's just a wall. And what we know about looking behind us and turning our shoulders and turning our head is that that actually cues to our nervous system that this is an okay place to settle. And as you look around, you may notice your eye feels drawn to things, maybe that are coming to your awareness for the first time. I notice for me that I love seeing the light reflection off of the handle on my closet. You can notice as you look around, are there places your eyes want to linger? And you can allow the lingering. If there's something that's particularly captivating for you, you can just hang out there. If you'd rather allow the eyes to close, then you can do that. But know that you can have your eyes open for the entirety of this practice. And both are totally legitimate ways to practice mindfulness. Either way will bring attention into the body. The invitation is to allow and even invite the body to relax into gravity. So maybe feeling a sense of muscle tension, softening the body, becoming heavy. So we can notice the position of our body, and feeling the feet and the toes, the ankles and the legs, the seat, the torso, our shoulders, our arms, our hands, moving up into the neck and the head and the face. Inviting awareness into every cell, allowing awareness to light up each cell in the body. Really feeling the fullness of the experience of the body. And the body is always in the here and now. We can really allow ourselves to feel into it. And we can ask ourselves, what would bring 1% more ease? What would bring 1% more ease into our experience? And sometimes it's just a really small shift of dropping the shoulders a second time or a millionth time. And sometimes it's an internal shift of kind of being kinder with ourselves or easing off of our intensity. But either way, noticing what would bring more ease And then noticing the goodness that comes from that shift. So, really allowing yourself to enjoy that small, subtle adjustment that brings a small, subtle ease. Soaking that ease in like we would a bath or a shower at the perfect temperature for us. Really savoring it. We can allow ease and wisdom to help us to find our anchor for this practice. And so maybe our anchor is one we've been practicing with for a while. Maybe it's feeling the breath in the body. Or maybe our anchor is the vastness of the soundscape, where we just listen to the sounds as they arise and pass. Or maybe it's feeling the sensations in the hands and the feet. Wherever we choose to place and rest the attention is a place that's in the here and now, is a place that it is easeful or at least neutral. So we can also rest our attention in seeing, just remembering that the five senses are always in the here and now, and allowing ease to lead our way. Whether this is a place resting in the here and now, something you've been doing for a while, or it feels totally new. And have this simple experience of just paying attention right now, resting our attention with our anchor. And we call it an anchor because if you think about a ship where we drop anchor into the present moment, and our attention is the little ship, bobbing about on the surface. It helps us stay close to the present moment. So we rest with what is easeful or what is neutral. And as we rest in this here now moment, the mind may come in and pick up where it left off. Maybe it's making to-do lists or thinking about something to come or remembering something that passed. And this is actually not a big deal. This is just what the mind does. So when we notice that we've wandered, we just go, oh, it's the mind doing its thing. And we remind it that it has this time off. See, the mind has served us so well, but for this practice, it gets a break. It gets to rest. And so we remind it that we're just practicing being. The moment we become awake to the wandering, that's a moment of presence, a moment of mindfulness. So gently, gently, we return to resting and being. We can rest in the here and now moment. No roles to fill or things to do. And we can inquire again into what would bring 1% more ease. Maybe the shoulders have crept back up. There's something we're hanging on to in a way that's causing suffering. Whatever you're guided to, we can trust that. Make whatever subtle shift or adjustment, and then enjoy. Resting in the here and now. When we rest in the present moment, we may begin to sense into the simple quiet being both spacious and full. And the beauty is that we don't need to be at odds with any part of our experience. We can watch the arising and passing of sound and thought and feeling, sensations in the body. Just one moment at a time. We don't need some perfect quiet. Rather, the practice opens us to meeting the moment as it is. And when we meet what arises, instead of being absorbed by it, we can recognize that it is arising in the space, whatever it may be. The sound is not us, the sound is arising and passing. The upset, the suffering, it's arising in the space. And our gentle, tender, loving, observing awareness can hold and meet all that is arising in the here and now. And we can continue settling in, continue to be awake and gently aware of the nowness of what is here. If we know that we're struggling in some way, we can really shift the practice from a resting in the now to a resting in kindness, attending to our inner experience in an attuned, loving way. If we have a hard time mustering up what that might be or look like, we can reach into what we know about those who we have seen or interacted with in kind and loving ways, imagining their tender eyes on our suffering or our struggle. And sometimes even placing a hand over the heart is a way to physically represent a care for the struggle or the pain. We can rest in our own kindness or rest in the kindness that we evoke or have seen evoked in others. And we'll move into closing our practice together today by beginning to wiggle the toes and the fingers, allowing a stretch to naturally arise from the body. Beginning to move into movement as we feel ready.